with touring around the world and with places like Asia opening up and being to Rwanda and South Africa and places where we've seen extreme poverty at first hand. You know, things started to come into focus for us personally as a challenge. You know, what are we doing with what we're seeing?
There's an ocean of tears that you've held through the years, but we're not.
You kind of feel this hopelessness, you know, because there can be extreme poverty, but there can be hope. And a couple of places that we've been, you just have this sense of actually our existence is hopeless. All those experiences have made me uncomfortable. It unsettles everything in you.
We visited a rubbish tip, the city dump, and there were 3,000 families living on that dump, and I was there with my children. I felt at the time this is the most uncomfortable place that I've ever been in, and I really don't know what to do with the things and the emotions and thoughts that go through your mind at that time.
One minute being on a rubbish tip, the next minute being in a 5-star hotel, and trying to justify that and trying to make head or tail of that, and I think that's just been uncomfortable, because I can justify it, I can come up with some clever answers, but there's something in your soul that's just uncomfortable with both extremes.
And then coming home and moving house, and moving up as well, you know, that was uncomfortable for me. And the question is, what are we building? Are we building a kingdom of comfort or the kingdom of heaven? And really that is what the album came out of.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever made a record so far that has been so focused on its theme and lyrical content. But I specifically remember playing in India in January and coming back with all that tension and the smell of it in our nostrils and the worries of it and how we're going to respond. How can we call ourselves believers in God when we don't really know how to respond to these things, you know? And I remember Stu setting his guitar amps up in the studio and just this sound coming out of it, and it was the sound of this stuff. That's all I can say. So I can only explain that's what it felt like. It was like, we need to capture this sound and put this into songs and somehow get this electricity on tape. And I think that is what Kingdom of Comfort is.
I think it's probably the most complete album we've ever come up with, you know, in terms of there's songs for the church to inspire them, and there's songs for people to put on their radio and be inspired by listening to as well.
It's a very truthful record. I think it's brave in some areas, but I think we can get braver in the future, and hopefully it could be a little piece in the jigsaw puzzle for people on their own personal discovery of how they can engage in changing the world, which is very exciting.